meat and curry, I'm your man. Cause how we all lose it is a mystery. It's like the changing of our wardrobes from a dire history. But it's the one making us not stop. 50 kilograms is all we've got to drop. La 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 la, la 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 la.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week's KG Drop podcast. Joining me this week, we have fellow host, man, myth, legend, Jonty, the full Monty Craven. And also joining us today, we have regular guest, Bryan O'Keeffe. Bryan, how are you?
Yeah, great. Thanks for having me back, lads. Third time now, I think.
Yeah, you're our most regular guest. That's
nice.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I love it. I'll be back again. Keep those numbers high.
Yeah, exactly. Good man. Yeah. We need the Bryan O'Keeffe wave.
Yeah.
It's 2 listeners otherwise, but so we've been following your Instagram recently, Bryan, and you've just completed your 100-day challenge, and there was some incredible stuff that's happening on there. What have you been up to, and how did it all go?
Yeah, like it went amazing. Kind of the genesis for it was that I still needed to lose weight, and I was like, well, how do I? And I'd run a 100-day challenge before, and I was like, well, how do I kind of marry the two together? And I was like, okay, well, why don't I come up with a competition against other people who need to lose weight and be good motivation for them, and if they beat me, they get their money back. And I was like, that's kind of exciting. Now, for me, I was like, I know my method to lose weight. My problem isn't losing weight. My problem is making sure I keep it off. And so, I wasn't going to change that for me, but at least it gave them a little bit of incentive to go, okay, I'm going to beat them. And so, yeah, like it was an unbelievable 100 days. Like even so 2 people beat me. The winner lost 27.8 kilos in 100 days. That's 14 weeks. 27.8 kilos, which is just mind-blowing. It has to be like Guinness Book of World Records stuff. It is unbelievable. Now, I will say he didn't go about it quite the way I would have advised, just because he just kept on dropping his calories as he's going. I was like, man, you're crazy. Like there's a limited supply of discipline that people have, but he had it, and he kept going, and no matter what, he just, like, I spoke to him. I got him for the last presentation for the group. I got, like, he was obviously going to win, and I got him on a call, and we had a chat through, and he's like, yeah, I'm just mega competitive. He said, I said when I joined, I'm going to win this. Like, there's no doubt. He started telling people he knew, I'm going to win this challenge. I'm going to, get the trip to Marbella, whatever. And and like, my God, did he win it? He absolutely smashed it. He lost 24% of his body weight in 14 weeks. And he started lighter weight than me. So like his photos it is the greatest transformation I've ever seen. Like particularly for 100 days, for 14 weeks is unbelievable. But unfortunately, he works in a job where he he can't really share his stuff on social media, so I can't share them, which I have to respect. But
you can make an animation, couldn't you? Just like
yeah. So that was great. And then even across the group, the median weight loss was like 9.5 kilos, which I'm delighted with because it was over the summer, people have holidays, like all that stuff. So yeah, it was great. It was unbelievable 100 days. Like the person who came second lost 21.5 kilos. I came third, so I only had to pay out to 2 people, which was nice. And I didn't go broke, which is nice. So yeah, I lost 14.9 kilos. I would have lost a bit more, but I had an unplanned trip to Greece in the middle there, or quite close to the end, and so over 12%. But like, I'm pretty happy. That's over a kilo a week, and that's good weight loss.
So the last time we spoke to you, you had finished the last challenge.
Was it? Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
How long did you have off? And what was that kind of, what happened in that blowout period?
So, I finished, was it my 100-day challenge or one that I ran for others?
I think it was your 100-day challenge.
So it was when I lost the 25 kilos in 100 days, was it?
Yeah.
So
yes,
so
that was it, because you were doing the sweatsuit and that sort of stuff.
Yes, yeah. So I went absolutely nuts for that, and like that was kind of why I changed it back this time. I wasn't like in a race. I was like, if people beat me, they beat me. It's like, if you go like almost like how Carl did, and that's the guy who lost the 27.8 kilos, you just want it to end so much. And then when it ends, you're like, thank that's over, and and I had a holiday booked for like 2 days after I finished. So then that holiday, it was a 10-day trip. We were skiing like in France, like eating just my body weight in cheese and like saucy sauna and every high calorie thing that France had to offer. And then like obviously I put the water weight back on from the sweating immediately, like within 2 days that was back. So that was 7 kilos back on. And then I put on another maybe three over the 10 days, maybe 2 or 3 over the 10 days, despite the fact I was exercising like on the ski slopes. And then what I was supposed to do was get straight back into it, but I'd another family kind of trip planned 3 weeks after. And so you kind of go, well, what's the point for doing it for 3 weeks? And there's the mistake, right? There's the way, because that 3 weeks, then it was another few kilos, then the family trip, another few kilos. And so I was back to like, I think I'd lost 25, but really I'd lost 19, not including the water. And I was back to like, maybe 12 down within like 5 or 6 weeks after finishing the challenge. Um, and so then I started another one, doing it myself, but I did it for kind of Instagram views rather than again doing what works for me. I was like, how to lead a mega social life while losing weight. And after 50 days, I was down like 3 kilos, but like I just thought anybody watching this is going to put on a ton of weight if they're following what I'm doing. Like, what am I doing? So I stopped. I stopped that one, went back to the drawing board, and that's when I came up with this 100-day challenge I just finished with against my app users. And yeah, and it's going well. And the great thing about it is that like when the 100 days came, I didn't want to finish. Like I'm still posting videos. I'm 106 or 7 now, and I'm still posting the daily video, and I'm not stopping. I'm going to keep going till Christmas or 95 kilos, whichever comes first. So that's kind of the plan now. So I wasn't itching for it to be over. I wasn't like, get me out of these like mega low calories. I'm loving it.
That's the bit that I've seen in a change in your content that I
Yeah,
wanted to understand, because the challenges that you're doing before sound very similar to the stuff we were doing when we were boxing, which is like, as a heavyweight, you don't have a target weight, but in my head, it wouldn't be safe for me to get into the ring if I hadn't got down to like the 120s. So
yeah,
I would start that camp at like 140, 150, and then
yeah,
get all the weight off. I'd be training 6 days a week and
yeah,
then eating nothing, that sort of stuff.
yeah.
Get into the
Miserable.
ring, fight. The fight lasts 3 minutes, and you're just like, I've just sacrificed 4 months of that. And I personally went for
Yeah,
this, like doing that, and then as soon as I come out the ring, someone puts a beer in my hand, and then I'm off. Then I'm up for
yeah,
a couple of
yeah, yeah,
days, and then I'm eating everything in sight and this sort of stuff. And I got to a point where it was like in my head, it was like I need boxing. Boxing's the thing that keeps me on the straight and narrow, keeps me sober, keeps me training this
yeah,
sort of stuff. And I was like, well, I don't really want to be getting punched in the face every 5 minutes, so I don't have another option. So it
yeah,
sounds as if you're kind of like getting a dark zone and getting motor in and moving. Is that
yeah.
kind of like evolving now, where it's like actually I don't need to do it that extreme, but I've found a nice rhythm that I can maintain. Is that where you're at them? Because that's what I can kind of see on the Instagram, but I don't know if you're
Yeah,
feeling that as well.
yeah, you're 100% bang on the money there. So yeah, like I was like almost like yourself. I was having like Ricky Hatton syndrome, where I like you go to war with yourself, and then you come out the other side, and you're just piling food and beers and whatever into yourself. And so I was having that, and I was like, okay, well that's not working. I need to change something. And like it worked for me for weight loss, obviously. And like if people have watched me before, like I lost what was it, 63 kilos, 7.5 months doing that. I disappeared to the middle of nowhere, and I lost weight doing that. But coming back to the real world and like having a girlfriend and like she wants to go out for a dinner or a date, and I do as well, and like how do I include that? And I just needed a little bit more of something sustainable, something that like I can do long term, that doesn't feel like I'm impacting myself at all, and then show people that as well, because you know that's sustainable. Going to doing the Ricky Hatton syndrome is not like you're just always going to put on a bit of weight afterwards because it's so miserable. And so yeah, that's kind of the shift for me. I've shifted to being able to go on a holiday, or you know being able to go, like I still, if I meet my mates, I will not drink with them, because drinking with them is 15 drinks, and then there's the hangover, and then there's the lack of wanting to exercise. But with the missus, it's going to be like 2 or 3 drinks and a meal, and that I can handle that, get through it, and keep on going. And so there's still a level of balance there in not letting myself go wild, but allowing myself to enjoy like social occasions, which I would never have done before.
Okay, so that's interesting because I'm sober at the minute, going down the need to lose some weight, and I've lost about 6 kilograms. I'm not really exercising. I keep getting injuries, so I'm trying to just do basics. What's your kind of routine there then? So you mentioned going out with your missus, this sort of stuff. Do you have like a set of rules in place in your mind, or is it what you eat, how you eat, that sort of thing?
Yeah. So I was actually just writing up. I'm going to do a series of stories on this today because we're going out tonight for dinner. So I use the 1500 calorie rule. I'm sure you guys have come across it, but so yeah. So basically, like I just like because restaurant tracking is almost impossible, right? Because they're adding oils and butters so you can't see. So I just assume that I just make sure that I have 1500 calories reserved for the night, not for that night out. And so it gives me kind of a range of like maybe 4 different options I can do. I can go, reasonable starter, reasonable main course, no alcohol, no dessert. I can do reasonable main course, dessert, no alcohol, no starter. I can do alcohol, reasonable main course, no starter, no dessert, or I can go pretty much any main course and none of the others. And what reasonable means is like not getting the mega burger or the gigantic ribeye with onion rings, chips, and a cream sauce, which you could do for option 4 to an extent, but you couldn't do for the other options. And so that's generally how I do it. And I just assume, okay, make sure you have 1500 calories. And the other thing is, if it's 1700 calories, do you know what I mean? 200 calories is nothing. You're just doing your best, and the next day you're getting back to it.
So during the day, what would you eat in that case? So you've got 1,500 left.
Yeah,
What's your calorie target?
2200.
2002 still.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I have a pretty high like total daily energy expenditure, resting metabolic rate just from training in the gym for 2 years now. Lucky enough to retain and build a little bit of muscle mass, so I'm lucky from that perspective. I'm in a 1,000 calorie deficit at 2,200 calories, so that gives me a lot of room. But like, so say if I have a client who's a 40-year-old woman and not too from 10 kilos from her body weight and 5'2" or something, she'd probably be on 1,600 calories. And then for her, it's like completely different. So we'd have to like bank earlier in the week. I know I'm going out on Saturday night. Well, Monday to Friday, I'm going to eat, 1,400 calories instead of 1,600 calories. So then I have 1,000 calories reserved for Saturday night.
And you're tracking this all through MyFitnessPal or
Yeah.
that sort of thing? Yeah.
How do you find out that, can't say it, metabolic rate that you said? Because I'm a bit concerned that my weight's not going down as quick as I think it should. Like,
Right.
I'm losing about 1 kilo a week, but
That's great.
I'm not. I'm eating like 1,500 calories some days. I'm exercising. I feel like I'm not losing it quick enough. So I'm worried that my metabolic rate isn't as good as it should be. So how do you accurately find it out?
So initially, the best thing to do is just use a TDE calculator online, and then it'll give you an assumption for the average person, your age, weight, height,
Yeah, I've done that,
sex,
and it would
and
be similar to you, 3,200. Yeah.
right. And don't what I actually one thing I don't like about these calorie calculators is they overestimate the impact of activity. So whenever I'm doing it for a client, I'll keep it at sedentary rather than lightly active or one of the other options that the activity level has. And then I'll assume I'll have a good picture of, I know how many steps this client does or how many cardio sessions a week,
Yeah.
and then I'll calculate the calories personally based on that where the extra is. And so once you've done that, then you like eat at probably, so you're looking at, if you're looking to lose 1 kilo a week, that's 1,000 calories off that, and eat at that, see how the weight changes over a period of 2 weeks. Now what I would say is you'd want to be super consistent. So say it's 2,200 calories, you want to
Yeah,
be
I think
super
that's my
consistent
problem.
with that.
Not tracking it
Yeah,
properly.
yeah, that's
I just
probably the
know. I
issue.
just
That's
know
usually what I see.
how quickly I'm losing it compared to how quickly I'm losing it before, and it just feels slow. Like I've even
Yeah.
had a week where I've not lost anything, and when I'm not drinking any alcohol, I should
Yeah.
always be in a deficit. Even if I have a cheat day, I feel like I
Yeah.
should be in a deficit. So how I can not lose any weight in a week, I've got no idea.
But the one thing about that is that, like, have you been doing this for long?
Yeah, 4 weeks. I
Are
haven't
you
drank
still
alcohol.
going as well? Are
Sorry?
you still jabbing?
No, I gave that up.
Okay.
So the one thing about it is that, like if you, like, as you know, if you've eaten a calorie deficit, you have to have lost body fat. And sometimes, like back in Majorca when I disappeared and I lost the 63 kilos in 7.5 months, I had 10 and 12 day plateaus, and I was eating 2,200 calories every day, massive deficit, and I was exercising like a crazy person. I was putting somewhere between 3 and 5 hours of exercise in a day, and I had those plateaus, and they just happen, and like you just need to power through, and like it's just patience is the name of the game a lot of the time with weight loss. Like if you're doing everything right, it's just about being patient.
I thought maybe there
But
was when you said that you knew your metabolic rate was a certain thing. I thought there was maybe a test you could do, like
there,
a machine.
there is a
That
test
was
that
what
you can do.
there is. Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it at the moment. There is definitely a test that you can do for, I think it's for your resting metabolic rate rather than basal metabolic rate, which includes your, anyway, it doesn't matter, it won't get into scientific. Yeah, so there is a test you can do. I can send it on to you guys afterwards. I just do it from a trial and error perspective. Like I'll keep my calories consistent for 2.5. Well, I know now what mine is, but like if you were starting out, I'd say go by the calculator, take 1,000 like have a good estimate of what your exercise calories are, and add
Yeah.
them in separately. Take 1,000 calories off that if you want to lose a kilo a week. Well, it's technically 1,100 calories off it to lose a kilo a week, and then eat exactly those calories. Like weighing everything for 2 weeks and seeing if that's accurate. Have you lost more or lost less based on average weight over the 2.5 weeks? And then you'll know, okay, well, I lost less, and you can do the calculation of, well, actually, maybe I'm below what my resting metabolic rate is below what the
Oh yeah.
average is, or vice versa. I lost more, so maybe I can up my calories a little bit because, life would be a little bit more enjoyable and I'll still lose a kilo a week.
Good idea. Yeah, all right, I'll do that. I'll track absolutely everything for 2 weeks then. Sounds good.
Nice.
And back to the nights you're avoiding with your friends, how would you fit one of them in?
Yeah, so well, luckily I live a whole airplane flight away from all of them, which is handy. So, but no, I was back in Ireland for the summer, and so like I did meet them a few times. So like one day, one of my friends had a barbecue. We went over, and I actually this day I definitely had about 3,500 calories. But like I met them at other times, and I just say, "No, okay, it's no alcohol," and I'll eat the food or like hang out with them, but I'm no alcohol when I'm with my friends. The thing is, like, people want their cake, and they want to have their cake and eat it too. And I know you got to know what your triggers are. You got to know it. Like most people have been through like 50 plus weight loss journeys that have failed after 2 weeks, and so why did they fail? And like you got to know. And for me, it's like drinking with my friends, takeaway apps are the main two, like by a million miles. Those are the main two. So you got to know, okay, well, like you just can't do those things, like and like it's fine if it's like if you can get out after one or two drinks, then have it. But like I was at a 1 p.m. barbecue that was going on till 8 p.m. If I started drinking at 1, I've been still in this gaff at midnight. So there's just there's just no way. Whereas like I don't know, if it was with my girlfriend and we are just stopping by on the way to dinner with someone else or something, I'd definitely have a drink or two. Then that's fine. I know I'm getting out of it. But yeah, you just have to know your triggers for failure. Everyone has them, and you'll look back at your weight loss journeys that have failed. Like, what is the thread that has caused the done for weight loss journey number 721?
Surely it's hangovers for everybody, right?
Yeah.
It's always a hangover.
But I also
Yeah.
think it's the feeling you get. So we were talking a lot about this on the 0% Drop podcast, which is the alcohol-free one we're starting. It's the feeling of that relaxedness around your friends, isn't it? When you've had a few drinks and you're having a laugh, you've enjoyed yourself a lot, haven't you? And then you wake up in the morning, you're laughing away, you're doing that sort of stuff, and all of them things that you're trying to reprogram your head for weight loss is the last thing you're thinking about, I find. And then you prefer to go and chase that feeling than chase the feeling of eating dust again. Just
Yeah.
So if you had like a stag do planned, you'd go sober for the stag do, in theory.
Yeah, like to be honest, I don't think unless it was like luckily a lot of my mates are married now, so I'm the last one standing almost, and yeah, like so those stag do's are pretty much over for me. But I would seriously consider not going to the stag do. That me personally, that's probably what unless it was
Is
like
this
my
forever? I
best
mean,
mate.
when you get down to the weight you're happy with, are you gonna up it?
Oh,
This is just while you're
sorry,
losing weight,
100%. Yeah, just while I'm losing weight. Yeah,
right?
no,
Okay.
100%. I would
Do you not just
absolutely
take a
go
week
when.
off to like delay it a week? Because
That's
that's what
that's
I've
what
done.
exactly what I was gonna say.
That's what my plan is at the moment. I'm just if I've got plans, I'm just going right week off
Yeah,
the diet. Like like have a week where it's neutral. Like
yeah,
the
yeah.
target for that week is to just stay the same.
No,
The problem is
Well, I
like
did
it's gonna
it.
be different.
I
Yeah, yeah.
went to
So it's
Barcelona for three
I
days
can't do
and
that.
stayed the same.
So if I go back to booze now, it will be 2 or 3 beers on a Thursday, then maybe 2 or 3 beers on the Friday, then eventually that'll be Thursday,
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
yeah.
I think when you're in the zone, it's you can't do it. So I went to Barcelona for 3 days and drank what I wanted. I tried to not stuff myself, and yeah, then dieted when I got back, and I had a sort of level week on the scales.
I'd love to
So yeah,
see you do a challenge, Brian, where you incorporate boozing as like a obviously
well,
like, I'm not asking you to get fucking belted.
yeah,
But
yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like
Drink every day and lose weight.
yeah, yeah,
become,
yeah, yeah,
become a
yeah.
soak while you're losing weight. But I'd love to
Yeah,
see someone properly give that a go. Like at
I've
least
actually
So
done that.
that's what I did. That's
I
what I
did
did. That's the one I quit.
oh,
That's the
you
one
quit on that.
yeah, yeah. No, it wasn't drinking every day, but it was drinking maybe twice a week. And like it wasn't like one, two or three drinks. It was like six or seven, easy. So yeah, I was like, this isn't helping anybody. Like the purpose of my Instagram is to provide value to people and helping them to lose weight, and I was putting value to how to put on as much weight as possible. And so it was stupid. So yeah,
Yeah, you drank all the way through boxing, didn't you, John?
No, I was going to say like, I did a season in Ibiza before I came to work with you, and I lost like 3 stone drinking every day,
wow,
but just not
yeah,
eating anything, walking around a lot.
yeah.
Yeah, and
There's
I
there's
came back.
people
I came
like
back because I was
Jonty.
ill.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And looking like death. But no, there's people like Jonty, like myself and Ian, we're the same. Like if we had like maybe the same a Barcelona trip like you had, like it's very likely we won't be back on it on the Monday.
two
And
weeks
then
it
you get
turns into.
Fair
complacent.
enough.
Even if you do, you then you get complacent. You go, I can do it again. I did it last time, and it's the second time that. Whereas like people, there are you just got to know yourself. Like I had a
Yeah,
client who went out, big rugby man, went out every Saturday night, 10 pints and a kebab. He was eating like 15, 1600 calories, and like so that he could do that on a Saturday. And like the guy lost 24 kilos in 24 weeks doing that. Not in a million years would I have been able to do that. He's the only person I've ever seen to like I've ever worked with who's been able to do that. It's just
yeah,
alcohol can be a killer. Like it really
fair
can.
enough.
Just mentally, it just takes you out of the zone so much. So yeah, it's tough. But like maybe you're like this guy, Jonty. Like that would be ideal.
Yeah, I've got one more question before I shoot, if that's all right. Ian, as well with this question. It's a bit off topic and a bit random. I might
Here
have
we go.
asked you before because you're obviously sort of yo-yoing quite a lot now, going up and down. Are you you're not worried about sort of stretch marks at all? Do you get them? Because I've got them from I've lost weight, and I'm worried
Yeah.
that sort of every time I lose weight, there's then going to be more, and just eventually the side of my stomach's just going to like look like I've been stabbed 100 times. I'm not getting
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm not getting the excess fat that would have to get surgically removed. I think luckily I've never been that big. I just get
Yeah.
these sort of looks like sort of scars. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So I have those as well. I'd like personally, I actually like them, but
you like them?
aesthetically, like
Fair enough.
yeah, yeah, aesthetically, I like them, so they don't bother me. But yeah, like luckily, like I have yo-yo, but I've never gone back close to what I was at 155 kilos. Like I've never even
Yeah.
gone close to that.
But
So
surely
then
if you're hitting like 120, you still get stretch marks, no, or not?
well, I think my skin is like it's not going to get much worse than it was at
Fair enough.
155, like 30 kilos below. So I think that that's a key element. If you're yo-yoing like much higher and back to where you were or beyond, which is what most people do when they yo-yo, then yeah, I would be concerned about that definitely.
Fair enough. And yeah, just before I go, so interestingly, me and you are about the same weight. I think I'm 107, and I think
Right, right.
you're 106. Is that right? Or
Yeah,
a bit
yeah.
less?
Charity boxing match, surely.
No, I'm just thinking if what your target is, and maybe we could go for the same target. Do you have a target by Christmas or something?
Yeah, I would like to be 95. I'm not sure whether I'll get it by Christmas. I'm close. There's about 10 weeks left, or 9 weeks and 5 days, and I'm 11 kilos away. So about at the end of November, I might do a mini cut. I don't know if you know what that is, where you drop calories even lower. I'm not a massive fan of them, but I could handle one for 3 or 4 weeks to see if I can hit the goal. But that's the goal. What height are you,
It's just
Jonty? What height are you?
5'11" and a half.
Okay, so
You're exactly the
Oh,
we're
same.
wow, this is
exactly the same.
amazing.
Yeah.
What, you're
Yeah,
that
nice.
5'11" and a half as well?
Yeah, 181.4 centimeters. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about the
You were
same.
saying
Yeah.
he didn't want to get competitive. You just dragged him into a wall.
No, it's just yeah. Let's go for the same target, because I've not. That's the beauty of it not being the summer. When it's summer, I'm always like, oh, I want to have a beach body for this holiday, and then I fail. And it's
Yeah,
like, right, this holiday. But when it's winter, it's like I don't really care. Like I'm just going to lose weight as quick as I can, and yeah, 1 kilo a week is the sort of bare minimum. But it kind of ends up being the one that you hit quite easily, but without really
yeah,
trying too hard. But to go more than 1 kilo a week is quite tough, I find.
yeah. It is. It
Yeah, no,
is. It's very
interesting.
tough.
Good to know.
Yeah,
And yeah, next time we're on the pod, let's compare how we've got on.
The
definitely.
marketing
Yeah,
brain is
yeah,
racing away now.
yeah,
Oh, is
John,
that
meet
Ian?
Brian.
yeah.
Yeah, well, you're smashing me on the running though. I can't. I'm a bit worried about getting back into that because of my
It,
knees in the past. So yeah, we'll be a while keep up with you in the running.
yeah,
But at some
it's
point,
tough in the running.
what's your 5K time at the moment?
Lowest recently 25 minutes.
Nice. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
about what I was at my peak. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I'll
need to
be.
get back. I have a 22 minute that I want to get under 20, but I'm not running enough. The last few weeks since I moved back to Spain, I'm not running close enough to improve.
And you're not worried about your knees with your running at that weight. Like it's
No.
quite rare for someone with your weight to be able to run that fast, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I suppose fortunately I have probably quite a bit of muscle mass, like which means that
Yeah.
my body fat level isn't quite what someone. But I ran a half marathon. I ran two half marathons at over 120 kilos. But yeah,
Oh,
I'm
really?
not really worried about that. Like, hopefully, science advances to the fact that I'll have replacement knees if required at 60.
And
I'm much more worried
you just
about
run on
just
the
being.
road every time. You don't go treadmill or anything that's easier.
I I did a treadmill run last week. I hate it. So I much
Yeah.
prefer running
I can't
outside. Yeah.
concentrate on a treadmill.
So I was doing sort of 10Ks when I was 17 stone and thinking it was all
Mm.
cushy, and then it's like, yeah, eventually it catches up with you. So it's gonna. I've got
My
to be
hip
very, very careful going back
destroyed.
into it.
My
Huh?
hips have been destroyed from that marathon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Destroyed. I'm having to have a massage every 2 weeks. It's just like completely
Jesus.
pointless.
Right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
shoot, boys. Anyway, but yeah,
No worries, John.
been a
Cheers,
pleasure
Jonty.
as always, and
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Best of
catch you
luck with
soon.
the quest for 95, man.
Yeah. Cheers. Bye bye.
What's your next plan apart from beating Jonty now? But
Yeah. That's goal number one. Um, no, I want to bring out a recipe book. That's definitely the next kind of plan. I get just, I don't know if you're watching this, like I get so many messages on, I need that recipe, I need that food, and I love food. I love like I watch, my YouTube recommendations are literally just 100 different like eating channels, and so I love like getting a recipe and saying, okay, how can I make this low calorie? And so that's probably the next step. I'm going to start bringing back on more one-to-one clients as well. I just was never comfortable when I was so far overweight to be able to say, "Here, listen to me, let me help you lose weight." But now I'm a lot more comfortable, and people kind of have seen over the last kind of 105 days a much kind of more sustainable approach to weight loss, and they feel kind of more comfortable with it as well. I've had a lot of requests coming in, so my thing is I just really like a small group of clients. I'm not one of these coaches with 150 clients. I only want 25, and because I feel with weight loss, people have like it's such a mental thing. It's not just give someone a plan and a food plan and an exercise plan. Like I think you have to develop a relationship with people, and so yeah, that's kind of the plan. Recipe book. helping more one-to-one clients lose weight, and then go back in February to a new improved 100-day challenge. So yeah, that's the thing, and hopefully hit 95 by Christmas and see where that leads. I'll get DEXA scanned once I hit 95 kilos and see where that puts me body fat percentage wise. And then what I might do in 2025 is like, because I'll probably put on a few kilos over Christmas, and like a normal person would, try and get down to maybe what 15% body fat is for me in 2025.
The healthy meals one is interesting, because one of the funniest things happened when we started the 50 kg drop Instagram page. The algorithm was spitting out pizzas. This can't be right. Like, I think we had healthy eating in there, which triggered eating, which then just like hammered my feed with like pizzas and burgers.
Pizza.
But I do think there's
I eat pizza and burger a lot. Last night I bought one of these, griddle pans that you'd see in a restaurant, like a cast iron one, and that works on an induction stove. And so finally found lean meat here in Spain, lean mince, and made 2 double smash burgers last night for dinner. And I think 2 nights ago I had made a homemade pizza, but like they come in at between 800 and 1,000 calories, so I can fit them in pretty easily.
Yeah, that's the thing though, isn't it? Whereas the feed that I was getting was like cheese balls and stuff like that, and there's nothing 10,000 calorie slices, right?
Yeah. No, I just feel people make such a mistake combining weight loss with clean eating. I think that is a huge error that people make. They like, these are like, obviously there's some overlap, but if it's a Venn diagram, like these are really kind of 2 separate problems, and it's hard enough to lose weight, not to mind lose weight eating food that you don't really like. And so what I try and do is, okay, let's focus on the weight loss first as a priority, eating foods that you like to eat so that the journey is easy and you can stick to it. And then when you've more calories and you're at maintenance, let's start bringing in a lot of more nutrient dense food, higher in fiber, so that, because you have the room now, the extra calories, you can still eat the food you love, but add in like, more oats or more whatever it is, so that, I think that's a much better philosophy, rather than trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and being miserable with what you're eating.
Yeah, it makes so much sense. Every time I talk to you, I get this like clarity, because I've been following the glucose revolution diet, which is the order in which you eat things. So you eat your fibers first, then your proteins, then your fats, then your carbs. And I haven't had bloating. Like, that's been a really strange revelation from all of this. But I am conscious that I'm eating like a plate of vegetables, then some protein, and it seems like a lot of food, that does. You know what I mean? By the time you get to the carbs, you don't really want to eat them because you're already full, which I thought was like some clever trick as to why they do it this way. But it still just needs to be in a calorie deficit, doesn't it, really?
Oh, you will not lose weight without being in a calorie deficit. So, however, then there's a million ways to achieve it. Like you're saying, you can do it the glucose monitoring way, but like for me, it's like I try and get a high protein level in. I try and eat food I love, and I just make sure that it makes it easy for me to hit my deficit. If I don't hit my protein goal, but I'm pretty close, I'm fine with that. But I'll never be fine with not hitting my calorie deficit.
Yeah, fair enough. How do people find you?
They find me at the.O'Keeffe at Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, actually, I think, but I don't really post on YouTube. I'm more the short form content. Yeah.
Good man. Well, look, I'd like to catch up with you again. Well, Jonty might be, 95 kilograms in a few weeks, offering you
whoever whoever reaches 95 first, we can jump on then.
Yeah, good man. Well, yeah, thanks for coming on, and let's definitely catch up soon.
Yeah, pleasure, and thanks a million for having me.
We've got some diet plans, health scans, sugar bans, fitness fans, PTs, injuries, laying off the Chinese, ball games, gym chains, protein gains and skin tight tops, and we ain't gonna stop until we hit the 50k. Drop, 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 drop. No excess fat, no FAT, no curry bag, no guarantee. Rough or buff, lean on me. We'll end up as fit as a bear.